Through metaphor. Normalize disdain enough to banish it from your written words. Through metaphor and simile, may it bleed different in your poetry, in such a way to never remind you of its original intent. From the jagged cliches, foreshadow, foretell, all life is words. Words born from triumphs, failures, gains, and losses. Pen and paper be a plan of escape. Words of experience traded for superstition while dark days are without end. Nonetheless, never reimbursed for the time. To every poet, the struggle of a soul is nothing more than a sentence, documenting a spark of words, words often discredited by wolves in sheep's clothing, limited to the instinctive hollow nature of making dissonant sounds or listening for whispers in the grass. Have pity on my poem told worthless otherwise. How the poem acknowledges a dichotomy of light and dark as the same, leaving us with the internal distrust of everything, confined to ripped territory, a haphazard folded manuscript, how a paper is a feather yet also heavy with words, bringing the strongest to the ground, and it is there unforgiveness is discovered. Usually those who believe we are meant to run forever will run forever. Those who don't will stand their ground, which was still stolen, insult to injury. Never forget the day they burned the one who wrote truth in the same fashion as they burned the one who created shadows. The pen writes and dries differently than it did when young. Have they started to convince us our words are worthless? That the ink was wasted? Both bones and ink dry the same, yet ink more longevity. Words inevitably stain a soul like they do paper. Moving through this education leaves one hurt with knowledge, a flood of words too fast to grab onto. Sentimental fevers subside as water recedes to expose one glass child, and they come to settle a manufactured score. With all your energy, you swung a ghost sword like a mighty pen to find no cut was ever made, except only by sunlight through the shade. And from the bleeding poem, a laughing spirit contained in flesh manifest into insanity. All that is given is a struggle to grapple with, attaining something you were raised to never believe in. No formal education, and in the throes of somewhere in between that and knowing in your heart. A life, a lens of metaphor we bleed upon, the hell a hand be put through for writing, and the mind slaughtered. Born without the lens, others see it only to be a casualty and legacy left amounting to nothing except money hidden in the books in the form of words.